Hi, hello, my name is Brad McIntyre. I am the founder and producer of the Dallas Solo Fest. So listen up, here's what the Dallas Solo Fest is. It started in 2014 as a way to celebrate one-person shows from around the country. Bring these one-person shows to the Dallas-Fort Worth area for North Texas audiences. And it ran for about 3 years. But last year, my wife and I became first-time parents. And the Dallas Solo Fest disappeared. There was no 2017 Dallas Solo Fest. But Dallas Solo Fest is back. That's right, 2018 edition.
And boom goes the dynamite.
So, here's the rundown of what's going on this year. You like magic? I like magic. Straight from beautiful Louisville, Kentucky, we have Mr. Cody Clark presenting his show, Cody Clark, A Different Way of Thinking. Magician Cody Clark has a different way of seeing the world, whether it's finding the magic in everyday moments or recreating an everyday moment with his magic. The magician's art is never far from his mind. Cody discovered his love for magic way back at the age of 11, which was approximately 9 years and 9 months after his parents discovered he was on the autism spectrum. Through stage magic and story, sleight of hand, and a journey through the mind, Cody will show you the world through his eyes. And maybe you'll find that his way of thinking really isn't that much different than your way of thinking. If you like magicians live on stage presenting amazing things, this is the show for you. Yeah, but Brad, what about a quirky, hilarious monologue about relationships? Well, we got one of those too. Coming in from New Orleans, a town I personally love, Miss Nkechi Chibueze is presenting her show PERVIRGIN. 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 P-E-R-Virgin. PERVIRGIN. You hear it? It's a play on words. You hear it? PERVIRGIN follows a woman in her 30s who's never been kissed. And I mean, really kissed. She shares her cringe-worthy crush relationships, her lessons in love, and she reveals her grandiose plans for her very first kiss. She also explains how the Pussycat Dolls and Zumba are in fact her sexy spirit animals. How about a show about growing up in the South? Boom! Got one of those too. Mr. Jim Loucks is coming in from beautiful Venice, California. He's presenting his show, The BISCUITEATER. This rollicking solo performance tells the story of a small-town policeman, loosely based on Jim's granddaddy, who's haunted by the shooting of a black man in the line of duty. As he nears the end of his life, he seeks redemption through teaching his grandson to respect life and to respect himself. This show has all the feels. It has garnered all kinds of good press. Look what other people have said about his show. I mean, get your tickets now. Yeah, Brad, but what about local talent? Kapow! That's right, John S. Davies from beautiful Dallas, Texas is presenting his show, Oh Jesus, or an actor, a cynic, and a savior walk into a bar. Jesus is back. Well, at least he says he's Jesus, and he has daddy issues. The crucifixion resurrection thing, of course, didn't go so well the first time, and the world is still in chaos, so he's convinced his father, let him try again. But this time, he's going to use 21st century tech to get the word out. Unfortunately, he keeps getting interrupted by a cynic with a stick up his butt. Davies presents a strange and uproarious meta journey into the landscape of faith and deception. Also, Matt LYLE is directing. Yeah, that Matt LYLE. So, good times galore. Get your tickets now. Speaking of local talent, Mr. John Michael returns. Used to be of Dallas, now he lives in Chicago. He's presenting his show Meatball Seance. Meatball Seance follows John Michael's attempts to summon the spirit of his deceased mother so that she can meet/approve of his new boyfriend. And what better way to connect than through her favorite recipe, meatballs. John Michael has taken this show all over the place, including a run in Chicago and to various fringe festivals around the country, and we are thrilled to have him back at the Dallas Solo Fest. You might remember John Michael from the 2014 Dallas Solo Fest, where he presented his show Crossing Your Eyes to sell out audiences. Later he renamed it Dementia Me. If you don't know the work of John Michael, it is hilarious and goofy and beguiling and... Oh, hang on. That's footage of a puppy. I don't know how that got in here. Last but not least, Mr. Chris Davies, coming into town from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He presents his show, Drunk Lion. I love the premise to this show. Basically, it is the story of a lion who is drinking himself into oblivion in Mexico, and he comes across a foreign student who is learning Spanish. That's Chris. It is based on the actual 3 years that Chris spent in Mexico, and he plays multiple characters, including the lion, and they talk about life, love, and alcohol, and forge an unlikely bond. Chris is a unique performer, and I am so pleased to bring his show to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. He runs his own solo performance festival in Philadelphia called the So Low Festival, and he's a very unique and experimental performer in his own right. He does shows in people's living rooms and on rooftops, and I do believe you should get your tickets now. There you have it, Dallas Solo Fest 2018, playing June 6th through the 10th at the BLACKBOX Studio at the Rosewood Center for the Arts. That's the intersection of Northwest Highway and Skillman. All the info you want is at the DallasSoloFest.com website. Schedule, tickets, artist information, show information. So you're probably thinking to yourself, hey, thanks Brad, you've just told me about 6 different shows coming to town. Why is this important? Well, let me step up on my soapbox for just a second. While this time lapse of driving around Dallas at night plays in the background. First of all, I'm a big advocate for indie theater. Independent theater. Small, boutique-sized productions, intimate audiences that have something really genuine and unique to say. And let me just tell you, solo performance is the Kool-Aid concentrate of independent theater. It is the most concentrated, most intense form of idiosyncratic theatrical expression. These solo performers that are coming in from around the country, they have created their shows. They have, in some regards, designed their shows. They've sought out directors to work with if they use directors. They've become basically solo performers on stage and off. They take great responsibility in marketing their show. And when they step onto the stage, what the audience is seeing is an undiluted, uncompromised expression of what that individual performer is trying to say about the world. This is why I think the Dallas Solo Fest is important. I hope you'll come out and support these artists that are coming in from around the country. I'll know after the festival this year if Dallas really wants this festival, if the audiences turn out, or if it's something that's not needed. But I believe in it. I believe in its potential to do what any really great theater does. Make you experience something unique and perhaps change your viewpoints on the world. You'll sit down in the audience and an individual will step out when the lights come up, and you will get a singular perspective on a subject that artist has come up with. And I think that can be virtuosic. I think that can be amazing. I think that can do what theater does best. Express ideas, express emotions. And I'm just saying, if you get a chance, come out and see it. The Dallas Solo Fest, once again, plays June 6th through the 10th at the Rosewood Center for the Family Arts. That's at the corner of Skillman and Northwest Highway in Dallas. The Dallas Solo Fest website has all the information. It is DallasSoloFest, all one word, .com. Check it out. I'll see you at the theater.